We're now going to talk through the 5 basic controls that you should be using when you're scanning to help optimise your image. The first one we're going to choose is the depth. So we can see on the side of the screen here that we've got 0 to 6 centimetres, and also shown at the top up here you can see we've actually got D, and it's actually at 54 millimetres. To adjust this, we come down to our touch screen, and it's this first rocker switch here which is labelled depth at the top. So if I move that up, you can see that we're increasing the depth, so we're losing the image, and if I bring that down, we're zooming right in. And pop that back to where it was, so we've got the full image in the screen. The next things you want to adjust is across from depth we have the frequency. Up in the top corner here we can see we've got a bandwidth of 4 to 9 megahertz on this particular probe, and if I adjust the frequency, which is just this rocker switch here, you can see the white line just moving up and down, and you can also see what effect it has on the image. Because we're scanning something quite superficial, we'll keep that on a high frequency. The next bit we're going to adjust is the focal zone. So you can see we've got this little yellow dot here, and we can move that up and down just by rolling the roller ball up. You want this dot in line with your area of interest, because that's where you're going to get your clearest image. The last 2 things we're going to talk about are the overall gain and the time gain compensation. So our overall gain is this dial here, and just by moving your finger clockwise and anti-clockwise over the dial, you can see that the image is getting lighter and darker. We also have a percentage gain up here that just shows us where we are. The time gain compensation on the MyLabDelta. On the navigation tab we've got the TGC tab here, so if I press that we can see that we get our sliders up, which means that I can adjust the individual gain in the different areas. We also have some preset, so if we just go back to standard, that puts everything in a nice line. We also have near and far gain toggles here, so if we just want to increase the gain in the far field, we can just increase those toggles, and we can see what's happened on the touch screen here, that it's increased in the far field. We can go back to B mode.